Local hikers caught video of a downed object on Revilla Road. The video shows officials were already on site inspecting the debris. KPUTV has acquired footage from the aircraft. The low-altitude reconnaissance drone held steady at 8,000 feet and was traveling west at the time of what defense officials are calling a critical failure. As you can see, the thick downpour of snow and rain made it difficult for the drone's surveillance equipment to see anything. It's so far unclear where the object came from, but whoever sent it didn't see much. Our ever-present clouds made sure of that. We'll keep our eyes to the skies and report more as we look. Eric Stone, KPUTV, all stories, no news.
So the Path Shelter is an emergency homeless shelter. It has 26 beds that we can handle men, women, families. We are open 365 days a year, and we've been open in that location since 1991. So our budget overall is about $150,000 a year. We do get a pretty large chunk of that from the city of Ketchikan as part of their humanitarians grant. The other half comes from local businesses, local private citizens, a handful of other grants. We started receiving a grant from the borough now. Unfortunately, there is always going to be a deficit to that. Costs increase, and oil has been really expensive this year. So some of the fundraising things we do, right around Thanksgiving, we have a food drive, and you'll see us out front of Alaskan Proud. You can donate cash there or go and shop and bring food and cleaning supplies and toilet paper. One of the other things we do as a fundraiser is something that a friend of mine who was on the board at the time, Alexis Crew, and I came up with. We had a raffle where the winner of this raffle could pick between a cash prize, or they get to pick one of us, myself or Alexis, to make us get a tattoo that they thought we should have. So $1, one vote. And then at the end of that period of time, usually ends around Halloween, the one with the most votes is the one that I end up getting. The problem is, and we knew that this would happen eventually because I'm a small guy, I'm short and whatnot, we're kind of running out of space. So the real estate of skin on the body is finite, and I've gotten so many tattoos for the shelter over the years that I really don't know where I'm going to put the next one, unfortunately. So we've got to look at a way to kind of free up some space. The hard part with removing a tattoo is the normal way of doing it is through a laser removal process, and those setups are just so expensive and require so much licensing that there isn't one in all of Southeast Alaska. And I don't really want to have to travel to get a bunch of tattoos removed because it takes multiple times at it. So we're trying to find a different way of doing it.
Hi, I'm Angie Goffretti, and I'm the metal art instructor at our local college. Well, we all knew that this would happen to Ty one day, so I've been experimenting with some different macrodermabrasion techniques to make room for more tattoos on his skin. Tried an abrasive wheel, I've tried files, I've tried a propane torch, but it turns out that the best attachment of all is a wire wheel for an angle grinder. We thought we'd give it a shot this year and see if we could make room for next year's raffle. And Ty was concerned about his safety, so we got him some eye protection and some earplugs. Well, we got a few of them off, so at least there's room for next year.
The process itself, it actually just tickled, which was kind of cool. The noise was annoying, but the sensation wasn't bad. Now, of course, the skin, it just is really, new, and it just feels like, I don't know, it's really soft. It's like a baby's butt. It's not bad. Now that we're completed, we can, go after it again. I'm really grateful to the community. It seems like a mean thing to a lot of people. I know a lot of people are kind of wary of it because it sounds mean and putting these weird, silly tattoos on me. But to me, my sense of humor and all of that, it's a very touching thing, actually. Even the worst ideas really make me laugh, and it's so meaningful to me that all of my friends and strangers that I've never met are willing to put these silly ideas out there and to put their money into a process for the cause that I work for. And I'm really happy that we've been able to do it this many times, and we'll continue to do it until I run out of skin again. And if you want to take part in it, we will later in the summer. We usually start towards the end of the summer. You will start to see on Facebook and whatnot the links to submit your ideas for tattoos and to vote on a tattoo by donating cash to that process. It's a completely online process, and you'll get to see your votes in action as different tattoos get votes and one takes over first place and all that. It can actually get into a fun little bidding war, even like it did last year. So again, Ketchikan, thank you so much for supporting us for the 30+ years that we've been operating, and we look forward to many more years serving our community.
Most days you can find Ketchikan's rec center teeming with people playing soccer, but international officials are eyeing the first city as the venue for the world's biggest soccer tournament in 2026. North America won the rights to hold the world's biggest sporting event, and there will be matches held in America, Canada, and Mexico. It's the first time the competition is hosted by the three nations, and the first time a competition of this scale would take place in Ketchikan. Locals are thrilled to have high-level soccer in town. Andy Wessling is the varsity girls soccer coach at K-High. He's been in the role for 15 years and thinks a tournament of this magnitude would be a boon for the beautiful game.
Oh, it'd be fantastic. I mean, this is a place that hasn't been exposed to that high level of soccer, and we're getting the opportunity to watch the best players in the world come and take over Ketchikan. What more could you ask for? It's going to grow a huge field. These kids are going to be motivated. I'm going to be motivated. It's going to be fantastic.
They'll be learning more stuff, having entertainment, having child think they can do it.
Though Ketchikan is a small island community, it's had a handful of athletes made it to the world's largest stages. Isaac Updike is a professional runner. He narrowly missed qualifying for the Tokyo Olympics and the steeplechase, and credits his time in Ketchikan for preparing him to be a professional athlete.
Obviously, they must have heard of the Rainbird Cup and was like, well, if they can host that, they can definitely host the next big soccer tournament in 2026. I know at Rio in 2016 in the Olympics, some teams actually stayed on some cruise ships. So I think that would be a really good, unique opportunity for all the teams coming in and spectators. I think after all the games being in the desert, it is a good thing that they are trying to find something a little more cool.
While many people are thrilled at the prospect of the world's top athletes descending on Ketchikan to compete, the big question on people's minds is why here? But Andy Wessling thinks a better question is why not?
This is one of the best backgrounds in the world. You got Wales on one side, mountains the other. Where else can that happen? Bring the best tournament in the world here? Fantastic stuff.
It would be amazing for soccer fans to have the opportunity to watch high-class soccer, and it will stimulate the economy on the island and Alaska itself.
One of my most favorite memories of growing up was spending time outside in, one of Ketchikan's fields playing soccer. We used to just kick the ball around, and then we'd go home, and always during, that time of year when they have that big grand soccer championship, oh my gosh, we just had the best time. And I'm so excited, like ridiculously, wildly excited, because I love Ketchikan. Ketchikan is amazing, and after the stupidness that happened in Qatar for this tournament, that they're even considering coming to here to do this is incredible. I have chills. I have chills.
The biggest soccer team is coming to Ketchikan!
I try to watch every game. Yeah, I'm a huge soccer fan.
Following the 2022 tournament in Qatar, where temperatures were close to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, officials decided the next iteration should happen somewhere more temperate. According to Anita Site, a Scout for Soccer's governing body, Ketchikan already has a lot of the infrastructure they look for in a site.
So I've been doing this for a really long time, and most of the time when it comes to big sporting events, you have to go and build a lot of infrastructure. But with Ketchikan, that's not the case at all. You have a city that's already used to accommodating huge amounts of tourists every summer with the cruise ships. You have public buses. You also have a bunch of other buses because of the tourism industry, and you have a beautiful field and a great airport.
Scouts expect to make a final decision on whether Ketchikan will host games by the end of the year. Till then, you'll find me training for my spot on the U.S. team. Eric Stone, KPU TV, all stories, no news.